Thank you, girls. You may be seated. Welcome. Welcome to our parents, to our students, to our faculty and guests. Welcome to our Senior Recognition Assembly. Senior Recognition Day has taken place at Harpeth Hall for many decades. In the past, it culminated with the seniors announcing their class song, their class colors, and being presented with their class beanies. Beanies are small hats that people used to wear. In more recent years, we reveal a class theme and music at our convocation, and the tradition of beanies has morphed into donning different hats or accessories to match the theme. But today is more about more than beanies. It's about more than white dresses and a nice breakfast on the patio. It is also about recognizing all of you on the stage behind me as the leaders of the leaders. The leaders of the leaders at our school. Everyone in this room is a leader at our school. You took your senior oath once last spring. We think it never hurts to renew a vow, and so we're going to ask you to renew that vow today, now that you've taken on the mantle of being a senior. Your view from here is a little different than it was at step singing. Think about that, how you may already feel different. A teacher once asked me why our mission statement says, leading confidently. This teacher said, it seems that it should say living confidently. This teacher did not think that everyone could be a leader, but I disagree. If we think of a leader as someone who approaches every situation and tries to make a positive difference, then that is everyone in this room. We choose to be leaders. We lead ourselves. We set examples. We are not chosen or elected to be a leader. Someone in our lives depends on us to lead, all of us. I have faith in you behind me. I have faith in you that you will do it well today and all year. And today, I look forward to listening and learning more about your class as the leaders of our school. And as we said at convocation, class of 2019, you have arrived. You are here. I would now like to invite Ms. Lemon to share some words with you as well on leadership today. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here to recognize our 99 seniors and their important leadership role at Harpeth Hall. Seniors, over the last 3 weeks, we have been inspired by your creativity, your enthusiasm, your syncing and dancing skills, and your deep love for this place and for each other. You are well on your way to leaving this school greater, better, and more beautiful. In a few moments, Olivia Holden, Senior Class President, will lead her classmates in their senior pledge. Before she does so, it seems important to reflect on our tradition of senior recognition and why inviting the senior class on stage today is so vitally important for our school community. At Harpeth Hall, as Ms. Hill just mentioned, we know that leadership is so much more than a title or an elected position. All of our seniors, through their strong characters and actions, contribute to our school's culture, and each has her own way of leading. Both collectively and individually, these young women are the ones who lead us forward. Over the last few weeks, I've had a chance to ask several seniors how they define themselves as leaders, and no two answers have been the same. In their words, a leader can assess a situation and pitch in where she's needed. A leader recognizes the skills of others. A leader adapts when necessary. A leader may be the one cheering behind the scenes or from the sidelines. A leader gets it done. A leader is someone who embraces growing into herself and doesn't try to be anyone else. As a community, we need all of these leadership styles. Class of 2019, there will be moments when we as a community will need you to adapt with grace and humor, to lean on each other, and to celebrate each other's strengths, to pitch in and step up when your classmates and your school need you most. Though all feels right and orderly in this moment, it is important to note that there is no such thing as a perfect school year. There are always challenges, and these test us and prepare us for the roads ahead. We trust, seniors, that you have the maturity and the will to come together as a class in the difficult moments as well as in the wonderful ones, so that when you walk across the stage at graduation together, you will have achieved something far greater than you could achieve only on your own. This summer, we all read Hidden Figures, the story of 4 African-American women who led our country forward in their groundbreaking work at Langley. Nothing about their leadership paths was easy, and yet they persevered and changed history. Here are words from their own stories that we all might look to this year for inspiration. And these, by the way, are the quotes that all of you, 5th through 12th, chose in your advisories. So here's the first. With hard work, perseverance, and love of math, anything is possible. You have to expect progress to be made. Sometimes the most important battles for dignity, pride, and progress are fought with the simplest of actions. And finally, this is my favorite, in the words of John Glenn, get the girl to check the numbers. Wise words. Today's version of this quote might be, get Olivia Holden. She has been a can-do leader of her class from the beginning, one who relishes a challenge and sees beautiful possibilities. May I present to you our senior class president of 2019, Olivia. Thank you for your leadership.
It's too sweet, but not when it comes to math. Definitely don't ask me. Good afternoon. So a little backstory. I came to Harpeth Hall in the 5th grade as a nervous, extremely 10-year-old girl. Before the first day, I was excited, but worried about fitting in. I had lots of things on my mind. For example, should I pretend that I'm British and only speak with an accent? But instead of worrying about that, I thought it would be a good idea to plan out my outfit. Well, we have a uniform, so since there weren't many options to choose from, considering that day was dress uniform and I only had one style option for a skirt, I decided it was all going to be about the accessories. I picked out my longest socks, my only pair of Sperry's, the headband that matched my skirt, and as a statement piece, neon orange spiky gel studs from Claire's. As I walked in on my first day with the motto, look good, feel good, on repeat in my head, I tried to seem like I wasn't scared or out of place. But I was in a whole new world. That morning, we all met with our advisors before it was time to walk over to the theater for our first ever convocation. I wasn't sure what convocation meant, except that it seemed like a pretty big word to someone like myself, whose favorite book was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. At 8:05 a.m., the seniors rushed down the theater aisles, and my neck began to cramp up from looking back at what seemed like a million girls. I was overwhelmed by their excitement, happiness, and how many of them there were. By the end of that first assembly, I realized that I couldn't wait to be a senior. They were the cool girls, the alphas, the Babadas. Now, that was the class of 2012, so I realized I had some time to kill. So after that assembly, I loosened up my neck, pulled up my socks, and headed back to the middle school to officially start 5th grade. I didn't see the seniors very often, except for day 2s or sometimes when we headed back to class after recess. But even though I barely ever saw them, I knew they were cool. They seemed pretty, smart, and confident, basically all of the things that I thought I wasn't. Being 10, I wasn't confident in myself. I mean, I had to think about what uniform I was going to wear before the first day. The only one. But even though I wasn't confident on the inside, I wasn't going to let other people know that. So as the first couple of weeks went by, I experimented with new identities. British, not on that list, but pretty girl, athlete, mathlete, scientist, you name it, I tried it. But none of these seemed to help me gain what I viewed to be acceptance, except for the funny girl. Even though the slightest chuckle out of one of my classmates made me the happiest girl in the world, I thought I found my identity. With this new groove that I had found, I was excited to go to the senior recognition assembly, kind of sure that I had a path that I would take that would get me to senior year. But as I watched those girls walk down the aisles, I couldn't see myself as one of them. Maybe it was the white mini dresses or the heels I wasn't allowed to wear yet, but I stared onto the stage and started to feel worried that maybe I wasn't going to fit in here. Was this the place for a girl who was really unsure of who she was or who she was going to become? I couldn't relate to any of them. I didn't think I was them at all. So I turned to my new coping mechanism, humor. Even though this brought me closer to my classmates, it didn't bring my classmates closer to me, the real me at least. I didn't take anything seriously, always trying to lighten the mood with a joke, probably aimed towards myself. What seemed to me like a healthy way to deal with my emotions turned into something that has caused me to struggle. I spent all 4 years of middle school this way, and then things changed. High school happened. Suddenly, I had to work really hard. Crazy, right? Who would have thought a joke can't get you an A? I had to be serious for once, especially when on a high school progress report, my teacher commented, "I think Olivia will do really well if she takes class time more seriously and focuses more on the work in front of her rather than the people around her." This was hard to hear. For the past 4 years, I had been motivated by the acceptance of others. But what I didn't realize was, no matter how much they laughed at my jokes, they weren't really accepting me. They knew the Olivia that I had created, the one that wasn't really my authentic self. The thought of putting my true self out to them was scary because I didn't know if they would accept this version, the real version. Now, I am here today and I can say, not only did they accept who I really am, but they have helped me embrace it, challenge it, and improve it. After they helped me become confident in myself and my abilities, I began to set new goals for myself. Class president was where I started. Shoot for the stars. I pitched the idea of me running my junior year to a few of my classmates 45 minutes before the application was due. Overwhelmed by their positive responses, we worked together to quickly fill out and turn in the form, hitting send to Ms. Stockdale 4 minutes before it was due. Come election time, the competition was tough, filled with former student council reps and class presidents, and so I doubted my shot at winning, but it's amazing what a Snoop Dogg quote can do to an audience. After never running for a leadership position in the upper school, I was extremely surprised for getting such an important role my first go. I was grateful and excited to get the chance to explore what I could do and where we could all take it. After a successful fundraiser, prom, and year, I learned a lot from these girls. They taught me how to lead confidently. With that, they showed me that leading confidently starts with being confident. Well, girls, thank you for making me confident. Mr. Croker and Dr. Fullrider said it best. She is us. When one of us succeeds, we all succeed, even in a place as competitive as Harpeth Hall. Together, we have learned how to celebrate each other's successes, knowing that we have contributed, even if all we did was as simple as encouraging or gassing each other up. Greatness and success doesn't come without admiration, and I'm so lucky to be involved in a community filled with such encouraging peers. It is because of these 98 girls that I'm standing up here on this stage in front of you all this afternoon. I've grown because of them, but most importantly, we have grown together. I couldn't and wouldn't have done this alone. You may see one girl standing behind this podium, but I see 99 because I wouldn't be here without them. They have supported me, motivated me, and pushed me to become what I believe is the very best version of myself, and in return, I can do the same for them. I'm not sure how I got this lucky to be a part of this group of young women, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. If you would have told my 5th grade self, as she stared onto the stage at that first senior recognition assembly, that she would be that girl standing confidently at the podium in her high heels, she would have laughed and said, "Nice one." But as I confidently stand behind this podium in my high heels, I will leave you with this. When others are up among the stars, celebrate with them. We were all sent here to shine, and we shine brighter when we all work together. So with that, seniors, Will you please stand and repeat the senior oath after me? We will respect and obey the school's laws.
We will respect and obey the school's laws.
And we will do our best.
And we will do our best.
To instill a like respect.
To instill a like respect.
In those about us.
In those about us.
Who are prone to annul them or set them at naught.
Who are prone to annul them or set them at naught.
We will strive unceasingly.
We will strive unceasingly.
To quicken our mutual sense of duty.
To quicken our mutual sense of duty.
Thus, in all these ways.
Thus, in all these ways.
We will transmit this school not less.
We will transmit this school not less.
But greater, better, and more beautiful.
But greater, better, and more beautiful.
Than it was transmitted to us.
Than it was transmitted to us.
Now, as the seniors put on our beanies, will you all please stand and join us in the singing of the alma mater? Thank you all for joining us today, and will you now please sit while the seniors recess? Thank you.